Today, I'm talking to Keval Singh Talvadia, who's Ayurvedic practitioner, and I've got pleasure to talk to Keval about your passion
Yes,
and all the good things that you do for people in the area of Ayurveda. If I could start our interview with asking you to tell us a little bit more about your background and about your passion and how it started your involvement in Ayurveda.
yeah, sure. So I had health problems starting from the age of 8, and it progressively got worse. I was diagnosed with sciatica at the age of 10, and obviously my mom was a nurse in hospital, so we tried seeing some specialists and many doctors. This lasted for 7 years, various diagnoses, various treatments, but nothing helped. It progressively got worse to the point where I was quite disabled. I couldn't even walk properly. That's when someone recommended me to see an Ayurvedic practitioner, and I did. And I'm glad I did, because that was a turning point in my life. I was cured of my 7 years agony with Ayurvedic system, and ever since then I embraced Ayurveda. And I started studying ever since then out of curiosity, never realizing one day I'll be practicing Ayurveda. So yeah, it's been 27 years in the making.
Brilliant. That's a really good track
Yes,
record.
it is.
So, in simple terms, could you tell us what Ayurveda is about and what the main principles are?
Sure, yes. I mean, Ayurveda is a traditional, very ancient science of life, as it is known in the West. Although my practitioner, my mentor, they used to call it an art of life. It is obviously a medical science as well as life science, based on the understanding that our body is regulated by 3 bioenergies: Vata, Pitta and Kapha, which is the air, fire and water principles, and Agni, which is the digestive strength. So these are the 4 factors that govern our health and well-being. If they are in balance and in optimum health, we enjoy good physical, mental, spiritual health. If for any reason, if any of these go out of balance, that's when we start seeing a health problem. Something as simple as ache, pain, to something very complicated which needs medical attention.
But then there's clearly too late to kind of do any preventive.
Yes, yeah. Sometimes it can be too late. Sometimes it can be cured with difficulty. Ayurveda has elaborate material on different types of conditions. What is classed as easily curable with difficulty, or incurable.
So what are the main root causes of imbalances between those elements that you just mentioned?
Sure. So the root cause of any health concern lies in the capacity of digestion and the imbalance between these 3 doshas, which is Vata, Pitta and Kapha, comes down to that. And if we can get to the bottom of what is causing a particular health problem, we can, by taking the right approach, we can reverse that or manage that better.
And what are the most common symptoms, or how can you recognize that there are consequences to our body that are related to imbalances of those elements?
So recognizing, usually a person who is suffering, they first recognize themselves by symptoms. For example, aches, pains, loss of appetite, or something more severe as fever. Once they recognize that, obviously, in Ayurvedic system, we look at what dosha is in question, what dosha is out of balance, what has been their history, what has been their lifestyle, what has been their diet. And once we understand those factors, Ayurveda suggests 5-fold approach, whereas we change the eating habits, classify foods that are suitable for a particular health problem or a particular body type, avoiding certain foods which can aggravate your health problem, yoga, herbs, massages, treatments, lifestyles, all these, are these 5 approaches are used to take you back to normal health.
Does it take a long time to get back to your...
It depends on the condition.
Yeah.
It can be as soon as 1 month to a few months, or more than few months, depending on the age of the disease itself, depending on the client, how old, how chronic illness they have.
So is Ayurveda for everybody? Does it depend on your background or your age or your sex? Can it be applied to?
Yes, just like any other science. Science is science. Science is knowledge. It is relevant and there for everybody to benefit. Same as Ayurveda. Ayurveda is suitable for anybody at any age, any sex, any ethnicity, any background.
So how about using Ayurveda principles at as early stage as our children? Is Ayurveda good for our children?
Absolutely. The day we are born, our health matters from the day we are born. So why not adapt Ayurvedic principle from day one? There are recommendations in Ayurveda for various stages of our life. So whether it's infants, adolescent, young and elderly, knowing what food, what massages, what other things to use at what age, what time, gives our children a very good foundation, very good start in life. It ensures they will enjoy good physical health, mental health and vitality at all stages of their life.
Great. So how can we apply Ayurveda principles in our everyday life to make sure that we strengthen our immune system, our well-being, our mental health?
What you can do is start with some books to read about Ayurvedic principles, theories of Ayurveda. That will give you an understanding. We obviously do consultations here, so we can advise you on various things. People who cannot come to us, they can read certain books. I have noted a few books that I highly recommend you read for beginners. Ayurveda, The Science of Healing by Dr. Vasant Lad, a very reputable name in Ayurvedic discipline. He has written some amazing books on, introductory books on Ayurveda. So one of them is Ayurveda, Science of Healing. Another one by Dr. Vasant Lad is Textbook of Ayurveda, Fundamental Principles of Ayurveda by Dr. Vasant Lad. David Frawley has also written a nice book on Ayurveda, which is known as Ayurvedic Healing, a Comprehensive Guide. And there are many other authors. So start with the book, read about Ayurveda, basic principles, theories, start applying, what you have learned in Ayurveda on yourself, on your family. Take little make little changes in your life by changing your routine, your lifestyle. Eat according to seasons, according to where you live, and that can make huge difference.
So what does it mean, eating according to seasons?
So for example, in summertime, and we also do that without realizing. For example, in summertime, people don't eat heavy foods, they eat light foods, salads, things like that. In winter, we have more rich food, more stodgy foods. It's all Ayurvedic principles. So if you understand Ayurveda a bit more deeper, you can take those principles and put them into your seasonal foods.
But I remember in one of our previous conversations, you also mentioned that we should eat in accordance to the time of the day.
Time of the day, that's right, yes. So time of the day, time of the year, geographical location, your age, your lifestyle. So there are various factors that need to be considered in what food you eat. For example, if your job is sitting, sedentary lifestyle, not getting much workout physically, then you should be eating light foods, more vegetables, less of the meat. If your lifestyle is more physical, for example, if you are a factory worker where you need to lift a lot of weight, if you're an athlete, then you need to obviously look at, have more protein in your diet, more heavy foods which you can digest because of the work that you do.
Brilliant. And on food, so what's your favorite Ayurvedic
I have lots of Ayurvedic favorites. One of my favorite food is mung soup and khichdi, which is made using mung and rice half and half, cooked together, and it's like a porridge, but very, very nourishing, very satisfying, especially at night time.
Well, it looks like next time we need to meet for a cookery
For a cookery lesson.
Brilliant. Well, Carol, thank you so much. It's been so informative, but also so enlightening and so helpful.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us.
Thank you. No problem.
We'll speak to you soon.
Sure.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.